hay we cut Sunday. Actually going pretty good. We probably could have baled it yesterday at 5 o'clock, but the weather seems to be holding, so we're not gonna bust our butts trying to get it off. So that's when stuff starts breaking, stuff starts going around. So I'm baling with the 4960 behind me. I don't know if you've ever seen one of these. It's a New Holland D800 big square baler. Now, they're not very big bales. This one makes 2 by 3 by whatever length you want. We make them 7 feet long, which is just right for our barn, because we have a barn that has alleyways, and you plop these bales on their sides on a cart and you can wheel them anywhere in the barn. It does a nice job. Works for us anyway. Person we borrowed the tender from, we borrowed this big wheel rig from. Silly me, I pulled in the field here, put the rake out as wide as we could, ended up raking 3 into 1 right in the outside round there. So I was going in first gear trying to get that one row off because I didn't want to break the baler. Got the plunger out of this old baler. It's the first time we've had it out. Had some welding to do in it. Where the hay dogs come along the sides of it, it's wearing a hole in the plunger, and one of them would fall in the hole and bust off. And those hay dogs are cast. They're about $200 bucks. I think it's around $200 a piece. Bale hay when it's dry. I just hate doing it when it gets rained on about 2 or 3 times. Probably we'll get enough bales in this 9 acres the first cut. Won't need any second cut. Just hate letting it sit too. Don't really want to dig the harvester out for 9 acres of silage or haylage. We still had all the milk cows. We used to do a couple hundred acres of hay. This 9 acres is enough for me now. After we bought this big baler, we made sure we sold the little square baler right away. We had a 316 New Holland. Did a beautiful job. Once we got this baler, we didn't really want to use that one anymore. Get these bales pretty snug. If you poke into them with the tines, we've baled them loose before and stack one on top and you pull up through the tines and then you rip the bale all apart. So we try to make sure they're nice and tight. Get out and check them every few rounds just to make sure. These balers, I know you see a lot of these guys with big square balers, they go like a bugger, but this one seems to work well when you cruise along. We're going about 2.4 mile an hour. to make a nice tight bale, nice square bale. So hopefully I'll get this baled in time for supper and get these bales picked up later. Well, I didn't think we could go a whole day without any trouble. Got about 6 rounds left. And you can see some of the bales are missing a string. Come unthreaded on us. And then we got looking in the bump in the knotter, and there's a big wad of twine in there. So we cleaned it all out and went a couple bales, and it still wasn't tying, and we looked. Here the bell hook broke. So means we only got about 3 rounds left. We're gonna finish it. These ones that only have 3 strings, we'll just feed them up right away. Never fails. It's not the worst thing in the world. 6, there's about 3 or 4 bales to a row. 4 times 6, 24 bales. We'll have that fed up pretty soon. Start loading the trailer over there. Get about 72 bales on a trailer load. So whatever we don't get picked up tonight, we'll pick up tomorrow. Thank you for watching.